Alright, hello. Got some weird stuff. So I was testing Axis 2017 because 2018 is right around the corner. And, I have no explanation for this. Like, I don't understand this at all. I just don't get it. So here we have, of course, my quarterback. He's got a nice little quarterback rating of 87. Threw for nearly 3,000 yards, but he threw for 35 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. I saw that and I was like, dang, this guy must be my franchise quarterback. He obviously is throwing the ball really well. Then I looked into it. Now, of course, we did go 10-6, which was really nice, and I thought, hey, we're on the rise. You know, we were 13th, and we were only 5 spots away from possibly getting a playoff game. And then this happened. I looked at my wide receivers, and I realized the leading wide receiver is a 287-pound defensive lineman who not only got the most receptions somehow, but also broke 1,000 yards, had 11 touchdowns, and 12 drops. I don't understand how the heck that happened. A 287-pound lineman not only getting 130 catches, but garnering 1,100, nearly 1,200 yards. And then, of course, I fix it. I think, okay, look, if my quarterback can throw to a defensive lineman who's nearly 300 pounds, clearly my wide receiver, who, by the way, when Sebastian Marsh, as you can see, was a wide receiver, he was a 60 overall, 67 catch. No, not even that, 67 speed, 22 catch. Okay, 22. He only had 12 drops. That makes zero sense. Anyways. So, of course, he gets a few upgrades. Turns out, as I found out again, like I said, he was a defensive lineman. And then I play next year. And I sim, like I did the whole other season. And I go 3-13. 3-13. Not only that, my quarterback then throws a really nice 13 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. With 2,400 yards, so he was only 400 yards off earlier from the previous season. And my wide receiver, who, mind you, is, I believe, an 80, 81, or 82 overall, with 80 catch and 80 awareness, gets 111 receptions, nearly 1,000 yards, not even 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns, 18 drops. 18 drops. And you're going to tell me that my wide receiver, who has an 80 catch, is going to drop more than a defensive lineman with 22 catch. I simply don't understand. I would have understood if maybe my quarterback, threw for 4,500 yards and 40 touchdowns and, some more, maybe a little bit more interceptions. But I literally took a 60 overall with a defensive lineman who couldn't have possibly played that position with his skill set and somehow did worse. It wasn't even like the other teams were just better. I mean, legitimately, I was just losing somehow, some way. And not to mention, Eric Pratt has an 80-something overall catch, and he's got 18 drops. Meanwhile, Sebastian Marsh has a 22 catch and only dropped 12 and had 11 touchdowns for 1,100, basically 1,200 yards a game. It doesn't make any sense. I honestly feel like I don't know how to play. Like, it makes me feel like I'm stupid because it makes me think I'm missing something here. Right? I mean, 60 overall. You would think putting an 80 overall exactly in the same position he was in, just flipping the two, putting the wide receiver now where he was receiving, and then put him solely on defense. By the way, not to mention, Sebastian Marsh was also on defense. Like, he caught 130 receptions, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, 12 drops, and at the same time played defense. I believe he got 4 sacks and 14 tackles for loss. It's ridiculous. He's an 85 overall defensive lineman, but a 60 overall wide receiver, and he was balling out like an 85 wide receiver. And then my 80 receiver goes in there and balls out like a 60 wide receiver. It simply doesn't make any sense. I really hope Axis has this fixed. I hope they realize this is a bug, because that's not playable. This is late, I understand. Y'all are, Axis is already in development of their 2018 game, but this shouldn't even be a thing. I should have put this defensive lineman. By the way, this is by accident, not on purpose. And I should have gone 3-13. And then when I switched them, I should have gone 10-6. So, I don't know. I'm just hoping that Axis understands this is a bug. And at the same time, I'm hoping someone can tell me if I'm mistaken, if I'm wrong, if there was something that I don't understand. Because as far as I'm concerned, 80 is better than 60, and a wide receiver should be able to play wide receiver better than a defensive lineman. Anyways, there's more things that I've come across the further and further I get into seasons of franchise mode, so I may or may not be back, but we shall see. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.